Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to Books, Advice, and Everything Nice. I don't even have earrings on today. I'm in the office. It's about 8:38 in the morning. But I just wanted to share this message with you all. I've had a lot of people come to me and say, Latoya, I want to write a book. Where do I start? Um, the first question that I want you to pose to yourself is, why do you want to write this book? What is it that you want to say? If it's fiction, then there might just be a story in you that you want to share with people. But if it's nonfiction, right? What is it that you have to say to folks? What will they take away from it? And what exactly are you going to put in that book that's going to make them spend money for it? I think people are often influenced by others. People say, oh, you should write a book, you should write a book. And I have to admit, sometimes I'm a little insulted because people look at writing books as if it's just, oh yeah, I'll just throw together a book and move on. Trust me, if it was that easy to successfully complete and publish a book, everyone would do it successfully. You can throw a book out there on Amazon, of course, easy peasy, 1, 2, 3. But will you become a successful author? Will you sell more than the average book sales for ebook, which is about 150 copies? You won't even make back what you spent to prepare that book. So the first thing I want you to think about is, why do you want to write this book? And then the next thing I need you to do is invest in yourself. A lot of you have taken writing courses, writing programs in college and or continuing education programs, workshops, conferences, etc. So you all, if that's what you're doing, you're definitely on the right track to writing your first draft successfully. But if you have not written anything before, the first thing I want you to do is look up some writing classes, creative writing classes. These classes are going to teach you what you need to know. Also, if you have any local writing chapters, conferences, events, workshops where authors are teaching the craft of writing for both fiction and nonfiction titles, please take it. Take those classes, hone your craft, learn not only the elements that go into a story, but also the development and the structure, because every genre, whether fiction or nonfiction, they all have these kind of unwritten rules and things that you want to do, skills that you want to gain, right? You don't want to do this for nothing. I mean, some people like to write as a hobby, and that's fine. But if you're trying to do this as a business, you have to think of it as a business, and you have to invest in getting better, in growing, right? So that's the first thing. Take a class, a writing class, any writing class on skill, creative writing, the basics of writing, putting together a story, the elements. And also, a lot of these classes and even workshops will offer recommended reading tools that will also help you to write a strong first draft, right? The second class that I think you should take is a copy editing class. That will make my job as an editor and an agent so much better. Why? Because you'll learn the skills to, at the very least, make basic, fundamental changes to your draft before you turn it in to a publisher or an agent. That will make our lives so much easier, guys, when your work is polished and we don't have to do so much upfront to get it ready to pitch. As an editor, the more work it needs, the more expensive. So if you don't have a big budget for producing this book, you might again want to invest in yourself and get the skills that you need to, at the very least, get a polished first draft that you're going to share with your editor and or agent, okay? The third class that I think you should take if you want to be a published author, and or take your writing to the next level, a marketing and or promotion class. Let me tell you, there are so many books being published every day, right? So what is it that's going to attract a reader to you? Especially if you're not with a publisher and you don't have their distribution reach, you don't have their marketing and publicity channels and in-house staff to help you do this. If you are doing it yourself, it would be nice to know what you're doing. Now, there's tons of YouTube content that's free. That's a great way to start, but it doesn't hurt to invest and take a class in marketing and promotion for media specifically. If you can get a book marketing and promotion class, even better. But just understanding the basics and the tools of marketing and promotion for your product, telling you it's going to go a long way. Again, if you want to write as a business, you have to treat it as a business. And I think these are the core 3 steps that you should take if you're at the very beginning and you're like, I want to write a book. How do I get started? Now, there are other resources for you if you are getting started. Of course, you can pay for writing coaches. You can pay for consultations with editors. But I think before you even take that step, these are the first 3 steps that you should take. I'll go over them one more time, just in case. The first one, invest in a creative writing class. Whether you're writing fiction or nonfiction, there's so much that you can learn from a writing class. The second, a copy editing course. Help your editor and or agent to have a cleaner first draft, okay? The third thing, take a marketing and or publicity course. If you can find one specifically for books, wonderful. If not, just some general tips on what you can do to help promote yourself. And for those of you writing nonfiction, that class is key. You might want to take several classes in marketing promotion, right? Because again, that's what's going to get you out there. Word of mouth, where to invest your money in marketing and promotion. So, and even for fiction writers, this is important too. Especially if you're self-publishing. How do you get your book out there? How do you spread the word? How do you get people to invest? So yes, those are my 3 tips. I hope that you found them useful. Thank you so much for your time and attention. I appreciate you as always, and I'll see you next time.